Good afternoon, welcome to the studio. My name's Dawn, I'm the Church Warden at St Sed's. I'd like to start by thanking our sponsors, Southend Emergency Fund and the Community Fund. Bear with us this afternoon, we're very new to this, so it might not go as smoothly as planned, but we'll do our best and muddle through. We're hoping to connect with you online at the moment, and obviously with lockdown rules, we will like to meet you in person as soon as those rules are lifted. Wherever possible, get involved. Send us your questions if you have any, and we'll do our very best to answer them. And if there's things that you'd like to discuss over future weeks, then put them down, and that can be anything. Just a 10-minute chat. We can talk about our health and well-being, debt management, any sports things that you like to be involved in, any crafting activities. If you want them discussed, then please let us know, and at some point we can get that sorted. Colin would like to say sorry about last week's technical hitches. We think we lost our internet connection. We're not entirely sure. So if anyone out there is techie and would like to volunteer and get involved, that would be great. Let us know and we can get that sorted for you. So today I'm here with my two daughters, Jasmine and Eloise. And today we're going to be talking about our experiences of lockdown. Obviously, we've all struggled, but we've had some highs and we have had some lows. So if you've had similar issues during lockdown, then please put the comments below and we will discuss them. Or if you have questions for us, we'll do our best to answer those too. So lockdown started way back last March, and Boris put out his announcement that the country was going into lockdown. And at that point, I was off work. Luckily enough, I had some time off. Eloise was at school and Jasmine was up in Birmingham at university. So Boris made his announcement and I panicked and thought, I need to get Jasmine home. I can't leave her on her own in Birmingham. So at 9 o'clock, I dashed up, didn't I?
Yep. Drove through the night.
Yeah, drove through the night, got to Birmingham.
Was quickly packing a case, wasn't I? Yeah.
Case, bit of dirty washing,
bit of washing
as
yeah.
students always send us home. And we drove back through the night.
Only one suitcase.
Yeah, because we didn't think it was going to be that long. Who knew that, 13 months later we'd still be locked down, really?
Mm-hmm.
So we drove back through the night, brought you home.
We did, yeah.
And
that's when the lockdown started.
That was the start of lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
It was difficult because
Nobody
knew what was going to happen.
I hadn't lived at home since September, so I'd been gone for 6 months already.
Yeah.
So.
And we'd gone from having
readjust to
a 3 household to a 2 household. So Eloise and I had just got into that routine of being in a 2-person family, and then we had to have Jasmine back again. It was the same
for me because I was living on my own. I was doing all my own things.
Living on your own as well.
And then doing all my own washing, cooking, cleaning, everything. I was very independent. And going back to living at home it's quite weird. We only have a small flat, so it's quite.
You
it's
had
not
to go
very
back
spacious,
to bedroom sharing
back
again.
To bedroom sharing and everything else.
That was hard.
Yeah, and I didn't have any stuff. I had one suitcase with a few jumpers, and the sun decided to come out. So I don't know what that was about.
The hottest sort of March, April in a long time, wasn't it? And you'd come home prepared for winter weather.
Yep, I had a suitcase full of jumpers and jeans, and
yeah, that was hard.
Get online and order some clothes because I didn't have anything, and we weren't allowed to travel, so I couldn't go back and get some more stuff. So I had to make do. We did a little order online, didn't we? And bought a
few bits and pieces.
Bought a few bits because that was all I could do really. We couldn't go to the shops to buy anything because they were all closed.
You
so it was
quite
online
a lot of
only.
my clothes as well.
Yeah,
we're like similar size.
I borrowed a lot of Eloise's clothes to start with. But
it started. We pulled up outside our house, didn't we? Outside the flat, and you got out of the car and you smashed your phone. That was
just
the worst start to lockdown for you, really.
It cost me a fortune as well to get repaired. So yeah.
And then we woke up the next morning and we were like, so what happens? Because we weren't really clear on what lockdown truly meant. And
Eloise was to stop school by then as well.
Yeah, it started with the holidays, didn't it? wasn't it, Easter holiday?
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
it was
so.
like possibly you'd go back after the Easter holidays.
Yeah, and
but
then that was it. We just
but then you didn't.
stopped.
And then we just spent every day stuck in our flat, really,
I didn't have
we?
any lessons in the first lockdown, so I was kind of just... Well, we actually watched all the Avengers films.
We did a little... I introduced Eloise to the Avengers.
I was not interested.
Eloise was like, no, I'm not watching any of them, no, they're rubbish. And now she's probably a bigger fan than I am.
I'm a bit of a super fan now, but that was
And
your fault.
we watched Our Girl, didn't we?
Yeah, we watched
Because
Our Girl.
that was coming back, or
Yeah, we
we
watched a
really
lot of
enjoyed
series
it, and
didn't we?
Eloise didn't watch the first time
I watched
round,
one
so
episode, and then
you was like, oh, I quite
watched
like
the whole
this.
So we
Yeah.
started it from the beginning.
And we
Yeah.
watched every episode back to back, didn't we, over the course of the
Yeah.
week.
and we
But there
felt
was,
like the days were going so slow, which is why we just
Yeah.
watched telly, because there was nothing
and because
else
we
to
don't
do.
have a garden, we didn't have access to outdoor space,
No, we don't have
so we were
any.
quite
Yeah.
shut in, weren't we?
The sun was nice and we were indoors.
We
most
went
of
for
it.
walks and stuff.
We
We
did
did go
not,
for some
but-
walks.
Yeah.
We went over to Cherry Orchard. Yeah, we did some nice walks over there. But
But it was hard.
Yeah,
it was really hard.
we had a few
Um,
little barbecues, didn't we, out on our front? But
On the
On the balcony.
on the balcony, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
yeah, that was the
It was
most
difficult.
sunshine we got, really.
It was difficult.
Yeah.
And there were days where we'd all take it in turns to be emotional. So while
One
we
of
were,
us would be really happy, and the other one was crying, and then we'd
and,
swap over.
and it'd be,
and
why are you sad today? And it's like, I don't know why I'm sad
Don't
today.
really
It's
know.
I'm
just
happy
how
today.
it is.
Why are you sad?
Yeah. But I think we got through those first few weeks by being so close and
Yeah.
really supporting each other, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
that was important.
Mhm.
And then we tried our hand at jigsaws.
Yeah.
I didn't get along very well with jigsaws, though.
Well, we did
no.
one of them. We did the coffee one in
That
like
was-
3 hours, didn't we?
yeah.
That was the turning point.
Yeah.
We just got around a puzzle out and we were like, right, let's do it. And it literally took us about 3 hours.
And
I
then
don't
we was
think we
online ordering more and
Yeah.
more puzzles, weren't we?
Spent so much money on puzzles, honestly.
Just for things to do,
Yeah.
because there wasn't anything
And people
else.
were giving them to us as
Yeah,
well.
we were doing jigsaw puzzle
With
swaps.
yeah.
That was good fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did enjoy that. It
Yeah.
gave us something to do.
But
So-
I think it was also a distraction from, because obviously so last year was my first year of uni, and I still had all of my practical lessons were changed to like written work. So they were changed to assignments, and I had loads of deadlines. And Eloise is also doing a few online lessons as well. So it's finding the time. Our internet is only good in the lounge, so the lounge is the only place you can use a laptop. We've both got our own laptops, luckily.
Yeah,
quite
we were lucky
that
enough to have our
we
own
have our own
laptops.
devices and stuff. But I was trying to do lectures. She was trying to do lessons. I
One
was
of
trying
us
to
had
find
the
quiet
sofa.
time to sit and type my assignments and stuff. And Eloise is listening to her lessons in the background. It's quite distracting. And I'm trying to do drawings and things like that.
But I didn't
Um,
have that many lessons.
No,
in
you
the
only had a
first
few,
lockdown.
didn't you?
Yeah.
And then
With specific teachers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like your drama
But
teacher
it was more just for like the teachers wanted to come and check up on us
Yeah.
and make
Yeah.
sure that we were
Yeah.
happy and safe and not like stressed about anything,
Yeah.
which was quite nice.
Yeah, that it was good. And then thankfully, I mean, after the first 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not good at being indoors anyway. I like to be active and doing things.
just going places.
Yeah. So luckily, I put myself forward as a volunteer. Well, I was encouraged to volunteer. And I did a lot of shopping for residents in the local area, which I
Yeah.
love doing. And I still shop for one lady now who I will
Yeah.
always shop for because she's just
Yeah.
lovely. And she hasn't got anyone else. And that you know, I feel good
Sad,
to be able
isn't
to
it?
do
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps her and it
And now we're coming out of lockdown. Hopefully, you can chat with her more and
Yeah.
have coffees and stuff in the garden
exactly.
sort of thing.
And just,
Yeah.
spend a bit more time with
Yeah.
her because she is completely on her own.
Mm.
Which is it's a nice thing to be able to do, I think. So
That also got me involved in the coffee house. So I started in the coffee house in June, July time last year. I was sitting on the wall outside St Peter's with Eloise, waiting to go to town with Mum.
And Colin came out.
And Colin came outside and started the conversation. We were sort of standing there, and then he was like, "Do you know how to make coffee?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah. I have never used a machine before, but I'm sure I could learn." So, and then I ended up being a full-time volunteer at the coffee house, which was nice, and it gave me something to do, and all my assignments and stuff were finished. So it was just nice to have something else.
Because then that's like as the first lockdown started to
Yeah, and it sort of builds
open
that
again and
socialising back up, because
yeah.
I mean, first year of uni, you've got freshers and everything else. It's very, very social. You're always spending time with people, and yeah, it is the next level of social. And to then be just the three of us, it was hard to talk. Like, my friend dropped an Easter egg round last April, and she knocked on my door, put it on the floor, stepped back, and I said, hi. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, how are you supposed to have a conversation with someone? I said thank you,
because you've done nothing.
Yeah,
to
and
talk about.
I didn't have anything to say, or I was just like, oh,
You forgot
hi,
how to have a
thank
conversation.
You. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know. She was my best friend. She's been my best friend for like 8 years, and I literally didn't know what to say to her. So definitely going back to the coffee house built up that social interaction again,
And a bit of confidence in
Yeah,
having
definitely,
conversations.
yeah.
Because
I just
when you're having
Yeah.
the conversation with the same people day in, day out,
get no offense,
Anyone
but it
else.
gets a bit boring.
it does.
Yeah,
Very repetitive as
Yeah,
well.
it
The same
does.
things come up, don't they?
yeah.
You told Colin as well that I was interested in like editing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he helped me with that, like got me started, because the course that I was doing, my media course, just I didn't get to do anything like that. It was mostly just coursework where we were doing mood boards, mind maps, all sorts of things like that. So it was nice that Colin could help me. So I got a bit of a head start for when I went back to school.
Yeah. Because then, of course, school reopened. You went back to school. You got a work placement in
Well,
Bedford.
I didn't straight away.
It took a while.
I had one set up, and then it all fell through really last minute, which was quite disappointing, but everything happens for a reason. And then I got one, and I started around very beginning of November, but I wasn't there for long. I was there for a week, and they decided to go into a 1-month lockdown just before Christmas, which was quite like, why have
I was still at school for that one, wasn't
Yeah,
I?
you were still at school. So I'd come home because I didn't want to be by myself in Bedford for a month on my own. So I thought I'd come back. So I came back here, and I was still at home on my own, but in a more familiar place. And these two were still like there in the evenings and stuff, just not in the daytime. And eventually I went back. I was back for 3 weeks, and then we got put into tier 4, or tier 3, and then tier 4.
That happened over like 2
happened
days
over
or something.
like a day. We went into tier 3, and I was like, oh well, I'll go back for Christmas anyway. And then we went into tier 4, so I was like, well, I can't see anyone. So I was allowed to come back, but I couldn't see anyone. So it was a bit, it was quite.
And then you've been home since.
And I've been home since. I've been home since the 19th of December now. I've got a return to work date,
Again,
so I
with
am
your
leaving
small
on
little
Sunday.
suitcase.
Yep, again with just one suitcase. So
Sharing my clothes.
Yeah, so I'm taking back a suitcase and a box of Christmas presents, and I leave on
at the
Sunday.
weekend, don't we?
So yeah,
And then we need to get your room sorted again, because you've still got Christmas
I've
decorations
still got
up
my
in
Christmas
Bedford.
decorations up. Yeah, my Christmas decorations are still
Yeah.
up.
And then you've gone back to school, but now you're not doing GCSEs because that's all been
my exams have
cancelled.
been cancelled, so I've got like small assessments for. I'm actually only at school for another 7 weeks.
Yeah, and then you
And
leave
then I'm
school,
off.
which is a bit worrying,
So I
because then
haven't
you're
got
back
anything
doing
to do.
nothing again, aren't you?
Yeah, I need to get a job so that I have
A little part-time
something to do in the
yeah.
summer.
And you need
Yeah.
to come visit me.
Yeah, I'll definitely come visit you a couple of times.
Yeah, and we had our trip to Italy booked, didn't we? And we had it booked for last April. Then we rebooked it for July. Then we rebooked it for this April. And now, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get to go next April.
Yeah, more saving up.
More saving up, yeah. Well, we've spent so much money in lockdown just on living.
Takeaway.
Takeaways, parcels.
Yeah, jigsaw
Takeaways,
puzzles. But,
clothes.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
All essential
you know,
things.
as hard as it's been at times, we are lucky because we have
We've
had each other,
yeah.
and we have got on really well.
And we do get on anyway.
We do.
Like,
We do.
Majority
are
of the
quite
time.
close. Majority of the time.
Majority of the time.
We do get on pretty well.
Yeah, it's
There's
been
that
good.
small little 5% that just creeps in every now and then.
But more in this lockdown, there's been times like the small things just annoy each other. Like when you
Yeah.
leave the bedroom door open and I shout at you because you've left the bedroom door open.
Or a light on or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't leave bath towels on the floor though. You know that annoys me.
But we get annoyed by like the small things.
This lockdown does feel, maybe because it's been winter and it hasn't been as nice.
It feels like it's been long, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been a bit more niggly with each other, although we do still make up at the end of it. Whereas the first lockdown, there wasn't those problems.
We don't
And I
really
think
like
also the weather
argue. We
changes.
just bicker.
Yeah.
The weather makes a difference, doesn't it? Like when
It
it's
makes a
sunny, you just feel happier, and when it's raining, you just miserable.
Yeah,
because it's raining.
Exactly. Have we had any questions come through at all?
Yes, you have one question. What would be the biggest take-home lesson you've had from lockdown? With one thing.
Pack more clothes because one suitcase is not enough for 4 months. Even if you think it's only going to be 4 days, take enough for at least a month.
I think just appreciate what you have. Like I think it definitely hit us when all of a sudden we went from like seeing people going out and then all of a sudden it stopped. I think everyone took it for granted, what we had.
Definitely. Yeah.
And outdoor space. Outdoor space is just so... Like, I don't think we've ever really noticed that we don't have space outside.
We've been in our flat for 12 years now, haven't we? And it hasn't been a problem.
It's never really been a problem.
We weren't allowed to go anywhere else.
That first lockdown, when it was beaming hot sun and we had like the windows open, that was our outside, the windows open.
Yeah.
Or going for a walk over Cherry Orchard Park or somewhere like that was the only time we got outside, really.
Yeah.
I definitely think
it's important to make time for each other as well. Because before, like when life's busy and you're doing lots of different things, you forget to say, how are you today?
Yeah.
Or how's your day been?
Yeah.
Because you're so busy doing so many other things, you forget that other people have had a busy day as well, and you know you've got to be mindful of their day and stuff as well, don't you think? Yeah. So.
And like staying in contact with people and like things like that, and
just checking up.
Yeah, and checking up on people, but also like sometimes people don't want to talk and things like that.
And that's okay.
And that's okay because you don't know what their day's been like, and it's like you can ask them, but if they don't want to talk, don't pressure them into talking because
you just never know what's going on in someone's head.
Let them know that you're there when they're ready to talk.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's
a really important thing. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Would you say that lockdown's brought you closer together as a family?
Yes. I think so, yeah.
Well, we were quite close anyway.
But we have our own special banter, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
No one else would understand
our banter. We always take the mick out of your height, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
You're really small.
They tower above me now. Yeah.
But
I do feel ganged up on sometimes.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But I wouldn't say closer, maybe a little bit closer, but we were quite close anyway. Yeah.
I think we're lucky. We do have a special relationship.
And it is time that we never would have had before. Like, if lockdown hadn't have happened, we would have just carried about.
Because even if you didn't go to uni, I would still be going to school if lockdown didn't happen.
I would have
still
been at uni and then probably would have gone straight into a placement. So I wouldn't have had any time at home. I would have been straight
except like
from
the
Birmingham.
odd visit.
Yeah, except
over the weekend or whatever.
visits. I mean, I initially planned to go abroad for my placement, but because of the pandemic, I decided to stay in the UK because it's close to home.
Which was a very good decision.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
Imagine if you'd been abroad in lockdown, it just wouldn't have been.
No, it wouldn't have been nice at all. It would have been very lonely. Yeah.
But, so I think we are close, and it has given us time to appreciate each other. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So. Okay, I think that probably concludes for today. I hope you've enjoyed our little chat. If you'd like to subscribe and ring the bell, that would be great. The contact details are on the screen below, so please do get in touch with us, and if you would like to bring ideas forward for other conversations, then we'd love to hear them. Thank you very much for joining us.